Hey guys, this is part 4 of my blind walkthrough of the black and white Pokemon series. Now before I get started with this one thing I forgot to mention in the last video. There was this battle company in the last big metropolitan city, and the final person in that battle company is a CEO pretending to be a janitor, or a janitor pretending to be a CEO. I'm not quite certain, but the Pokemon he had was Trubbish, which was a trash bag Pokemon. What can I say about Trubbish? I mean, the first thing I thought when I saw this thing was, number one, it's a freaking trash bag. Number two, it's obviously the Grimer of this game. And what do you know? It's poison. It was a little goofy, but I'm sure it won't be the goofiest thing I see on this journey. So I gotta exit the city. I can't remember if I fight Bianca or not. I'm pretty sure. I mean, every time I fight Bianca, it's like, oh, here's Bianca, I'm gonna kick her ass, because I mean, I have the starter that's good against her best Pokemon, and it's not an issue. It's just not an issue. In fact, I may as well talk about it here. This game is just a little sexist. I don't know. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, so you got Sharon and you got Bianca. Sharon's the male, Bianca's the female. Sharon is the Pokemon trainer that gets the Pokemon that's better than yours. Okay. Bianca is the one that gets the Pokemon that's worst against yours. Sharon is the one who's highly motivated and wants to be the best and thinks about it all the time and is trying to figure out what's going on and strategizes and is generally the one that's tougher for me to fight. And then there's Bianca, the one that loses her Pokemon. Actually gets stolen by Team Plasma. The one that needs a lot of help. The one that never actually says anything about beating the gyms. I mean, Sharon actually goes out and says, oh, I got this gym badge now. I'm going to fight you to see who's better. Bianca's just like, oh, hey guys, what's going on? So you've got the male trainer, who's clearly the better one, and then Bianca, who's just sort of there. Just sort of going along, doing her thing. I mean, yeah, she talks about like, oh, how she's having so much fun on her journey, even though her dad wanted her to stay home and blah blah blah. But come on, Bianca's the bumbling idiot of the duo, and she's the chick. You couldn't have made them a little more balanced? Anyway, so the desert is after the big metropolitan city, which I was kind of looking forward to a little bit. I figured there'd be some cool Pokemon there, and there were. In fact, the desert's full of a lot of Pokemon that I kind of liked. I saw Sandile, which I wanted. I had heard a little bit about it before I got into the game, just from like things like IGN or whatever, before I cut myself off from spoilers. So I caught it. It's ground dark. I think it's pretty cool. Its defenses didn't really look all that great, so I wasn't so sure on him. But since I knew the electric gym was next, I figured I was going to train him, and I was going to train my mole thing, whose name just totally escapes me at the moment. Even though it's probably one of my favorite Pokemon so far. What is he called? I just call him Deathmole. Drillbur, okay. Drillbur and Sandile. I figured they were going to be my primary guys against the electric gym, so I was going to train those. So I saw Sharon up on the road, and I figured, I'll catch some Pokemon, and then maybe I'll mess with them or whatnot. So I caught a Sandile, which is pretty cool. I also caught, let me just get to it. I caught a Darumaka. I was like, that's kind of weird, but it's a fire Pokemon, and I needed one, and I kind of figured that this might just be my fire Pokemon for the game. I don't know. He had pretty good strength when I caught him, pretty good strength, pretty good attack when I caught him, so I figured, yeah, maybe that'll work. And I think his evolved form is pretty much was like all over the early artwork. way back when the game was first announced. So I was like, I'm pretty sure this is going to evolve into that. And yeah, it looked cool enough. I also saw and caught a Scraggy, which was a dark. Sorry, I thought about what it. I think the thing that impresses, that I wouldn't say impresses me. The biggest impression I get from Scraggy is the fact that his pants fall down, or his pants. I guess it's sort of his skin falls down all the time. He's like pulls it up. He's like, ah, and that goes down. It's just kind of ridiculous. But he's dark and fighting. Scraggy, he seemed a little tough when I fought him, but I haven't really used him. I just had other things I was going to train at the time, so I didn't really mess with him that much. So I catch some of them. I go up and I face Charon, and he kicks my ass. He just destroys me. It was like one of those things where I kind of got in a rhythm, you know, and you're like just going through your instincts and fighting Pokemon and all that. And in the middle of the fight, I forget who he's using that's like killed like 2 of my Pokemon accidentally. I think I made a stupid error or something like that. But then I sort of realized, like, oh crap, this isn't just a random trainer, this is Charon, and he's got like 3 more Pokemon, including that freaking Fire Pig. So I'm like, oh crap, what am I doing? And then no, I beat his first 2 Pokemon, then his Fire Pig comes out. Hits me pretty bad. I think I'm barely able to take it out. I think it's like one of those things where all my other Pokemon are done except for like my Servine. And Servine just barely takes a hit and takes out his Fire Pig. Which, first of all, yeah, first time I saw the evolved form of the Fire Pig, I was like, you have got to be freaking kidding me. Another firefighting Pokemon? I mean, he's posed like this. And then he used a fighting move. I was like, yep, he's firefighting. The 3rd fire starter in a row to be firefighting. Really? Really, Pokemon Company? You had to do that again? I mean, Blaziken kind of got outclassed by the freaking Fire Monkey. I don't know what happens to the Fire Pig, but come on, do something different. That disappointed me. That seriously disappointed me. When I saw that, I was like, I'm glad I didn't get the freaking Fire Pig. Screw that thing. Screw that thing to hell. Anyway, barely beat the Fire Pig. And then I realized, oh crap, he still has 1 more. The evolved form of Dark Cat comes out, and I'm like, ah, shit. I'd never seen this thing before at that point, and it kills me. I'm like, no. So the next part of the game was pretty much just me training up some way of defeating that bastard. I think that was about the time I evolved my Time-Pole into Time-Pole. I really gotta figure that one out. Into its evolved form, which was basically a Poliwag, Palpitoad. It looked kind of weird, though I did laugh at the fact that it shook its butt all the time, and I appreciated its water attack for that fire Pokemon. I think I got like 3 different ways of killing that stupid pig after it beat me. I was like, I'm gonna kick that thing's ass. I think I brought the flying Pokemon there, the Tranquil, and yeah, the next time I fought it, I definitely killed it. It was a little overkill. I was a little annoyed that he beat me. Annoyed at myself, mostly of all, I guess. Getting further on in the desert, for one thing, I found the TM for Dig. And I was like, oh, yes. This is great. I'm going to be going to the electric gym. I got 2 ground Pokemon. This will allow me to train them really easily, and it did. Sandile was able to use that and pretty much take out any other Sandile, and it worked out pretty good. And of course, Drillbird was, you know, I don't know if anybody else has found this out, but Drillbird has been pretty good for me. He's pretty strong. Eventually I went to the Desert Resort, which seemed to be just kind of a special place in the desert, I don't know, and caught pretty much all the Pokemon there, including a Maractus, which I saw didn't evolve. So I already have a grass Pokemon. I was like, well, there's that, goes in the box, never touch it again. Maybe it's good, I don't know. I caught a Dwebble, which when you say Dwebble, just sort of sounds like you're got a wisp or something like that. Like I said, I caught Scraggy. I also caught a Sigilf, Sigil? 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 Someone needs to tell me how to pronounce these things. This thing looks cool. Psychic flying. The first time I saw this I was like, whoa, I want that. That looks sweet. I don't know why I haven't used it since then, but it looked pretty freaking cool. Also in the desert, in the sort of the underground desert area, I caught a... Was that where I caught that? Yes, that's where I caught a Yamask. Again, that's another one of those Pokemon I need to train, but I just never got around to it. I pretty much had my team set for the electric gym, and just wasn't a part of that, and I still haven't really fought with it yet. I don't know. That'll probably be something I train next using experience share or something like that. But so I get to the 4th town, the big entertainment district, which is pretty clearly to me looks like a place I'll be going when I want to do like battles online, a lot of things like that. So I hear that first of all, I mean, this game is pretty good about introducing the gym leaders to you and having you do some sort of thing with them, and then you fight them, which is cool, I guess. But every single one does. It's just like, I wonder when I'm going to be meeting this next. In fact, I still haven't met the ice gym boss. I bet that's about to happen. I bet it is. Anyway, back to the electric gym. So I'm exploring the town a little bit, and N just shows up. It's just like, hey, I'll show you where Team Plasma is. So I follow him up onto this Ferris wheel. I'm stuck there with him. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm the king of Team Plasma. I'm like, this is really awkward. This is like the most awkward place we could have this conversation. And the conversation to follow, I don't entirely get. N as a character is just kind of out there. Like, I know he's very clearly a strange bird, and I think it's pretty obvious he's grown up under some weird circumstances, and I know he's the guy at the beginning with the crown. He said he's the king of Team Plasma. I mean, he just told me in the game. So, but he also comes off as someone who's like troubled about what he's doing and sort of understands the other side of the argument, and like kind of has some redeeming qualities. He definitely seems like an intelligent character, but I don't necessarily know what happened in that conversation. Like, we get off the Ferris wheel or something, and it seems like he sort of agrees with me, and then there's Team Plasma members there, and he's like, I will fight. I could have sworn he said he was going to fight the Team Plasma guy so that I could escape, but that's not what happened. He turned around and fought me. But that conversation, it sort of felt like in the end we sort of had like a mutual understanding or something, and I swear it felt like he said he was like on my side. I swear I felt like I missed the middle part of that conversation that I just got from the beginning to the end without actually anything. I don't know. I was very confused. I was like, what the hell? And is weird. And is just weird. Anyway, I beat him. I get to the electric gym, and I meet this freaking electric Pokemon called Emolga, which is clearly the Pikachu of the game. Some of the trainers have it, and I noticed pretty quickly that it's electric flying, and not unlike Zapdos, has very little weaknesses, especially since I was preparing the Drillbur and the Sandile the entire freaking time, and I have the grass starter. So I get to the boss of this gym, and Emolga just like says, you know what, I'm gonna kick your ass. I had ground Pokemon with ground attacks that weren't going to affect it because it's flying. Shit. I finally kill her Emolga. I'm pretty sure after it takes out at least one of my ground Pokemon. Aerial Ace is nothing to sneeze at. And then she's got another one. Oh my god, really? That sucks for me. I barely killed that one. The first time I fought this bitch, like, clearly her best Pokemon, or what was supposed to be her best Pokemon, the Zebstrika, or whatever the hell the evolved zebra is. Let me check. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Zebstrika. Zebstrika comes in and I obliterate it. Like, it's not even close. I think I may have got a one-hit kill on it. Because I'm prepared for that crap. not for the flying electric Pokemon. So let me think here. No ground weakness, doesn't care about grass resistance because it's got aerial ice, just kill my grass Pokemon. And it can switch itself. Shit. And they got potions, so yeah, the electric gym was hard. And in fact, I had to go back and train. I had to go back and think about a different strategy. I was like, okay, I've got the rock Pokemon, I guess I'll train that. So I trained up Raj and Roll until eventually it evolved into a Boldore. And it learned a handy little move called Smackdown. And I was like, oh, yes. Oh, it's a rock move, first of all. And I've never really tested this out, but it says something about grounding flying Pokemon, which was cool. But basically, I just stuck Boldore out there and just kept throwing rocks at those piece of crap Pikachus until they died. And Zipstrike came out and took care of him handling, and then I finally won. But I definitely had to go in and get my ass kicked and change my strategy on that one. But thank God for Boldore. And damn those little Emolgas. I'm glad they can't evolve. I know they can't evolve now because it was pretty hard to beat that thing. It's like the perfect electric Pokemon. It's got a weakness to rock. And that's it. And just sheer force, I guess. I don't... that son of a bitch. I must not have been the only one to have issues with that. If you've had issues with that, Jim, leave a comment in the comment box, and I will see you next time.